Hey guys, it's Dio Lunar here, and welcome back to the channel. Today's story is going to be an interesting topic, and I do have to say that if you guys are ever sad or depressed, go ahead and make sure to do something about it instead of controlling your friends, because that's definitely really not the way you want to come across things. But in this story, it happened probably, let's see, 5 years ago? Probably like 5 years ago, because I think it was my 7th grade year. So I'd go 8, 9, 10, 11, no, 4 years ago, my bad. So 4 years ago, I was in 7th grade. It was probably the summer of 7th grade as well, so just after 7th grade ended. Um, it could have also been into my 8th grade year. I'm not sure, I'm not positive. But during that time, I was dating this one girl. I'm going to go ahead and leave her anonymous. We're going to give her a name as, let's say, Patricia. Patricia, she was really nice. I ended up really enjoying that relationship for the longest time. I was kind of a sleaze bag probably back in 7th grade. Not probably, but definitely. And at this point, like, 7th grade, I don't know how to deal with a relationship very well, so it wasn't a real relationship, I'd say, at this point, because I've had a real relationship after so long. But we're just gonna go ahead and continue. I also had a friend, so let's give that this friend the name of, like, Ethan. So Ethan, he was super chill guy for the longest time. Him and I were online friends. I didn't know him in real life because he lived a state away from me, so it's kind of hard to go ahead and actually make contact with him. So after probably a few months of playing with him, maybe even a year, like, I really brought him into a lot of my games. He brought me into a lot of his games. We were really chilling. We played a lot of Gary's Mod from what I remember, because Gary's Mod was just amazing, and I loved playing it so much. But I think I have like over 200 hours on that game too on Steam, which is not a lot for a lot of people, but for me playing Gary's Mod, it's quite a bit. So there was this one day to where I started dating this girl, Patricia. Um, we've probably been dating for like a month or two, maybe less. I'm not sure. Um, it was a 7th grade relationship, so I don't expect it to last that long, especially now. Um, and my guy friend, Ethan, he got super jealous, I suppose. I guess he was going through a lot. Like, I'm not judging him at this point. He had some things going on, probably some depression in there, and he needed a friend. And at that point, I suppose I was probably like the friend he played with the most, the friend that was always there for him. I was the guy that talked to him. And when your guy friend gets into a relationship, even if he continues to talk to you, you're probably going to feel that little bit of jealousy if you go to them to talk about everything. So he was probably starting to feel some jealousy of this girl, and so he was trying to make sure that she's gonna treat him right. He's Ethan was trying to make sure that Patricia treated dear old little Lunar right. So we all get into a FaceTime, probably Skype, because we used Skype a lot back then. And Skype's actually disgusting, so I don't know what came over me back then. We're going through, and he's asking all these really weird questions to her, kind of making her uncomfortable, and I was like, yo, you kind of gotta stop that. And she was super, I'd say, like, a good girl, I guess. Like, she didn't have an aspect to her where she really would break many rules, I feel like. Or if she did, it wasn't rules that, like, were bad, in my opinion. She grew up with a good family, I'd say, which is slightly different than, like, my experience with a family, because, like, the things I did were just blatantly dumb and stupid. Like, there was times where I'd straight up just, like, spray paint a car because I didn't know that it was bad. So I have a really interesting childhood when it comes to that. But he was starting to go, and at that time I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to stop him. I enjoyed having both Patricia and Ethan around. So we're having our conversations, and he starts getting, like, really in depth and, like, almost like crying, it felt like, but he wasn't crying. He was just putting off that emotion that really scared a lot of people. Like, oh god, he's, like, meaning this. And so he's like, okay, I'll be right back. And you could tell something was up. So I'm just sitting there. I'm enjoying my little life, talking to Patricia at this point. She's talking to me. And he gets back. And he has a knife. Like, this dumbass literally pulls out a knife on Skype and shows it to the both of us. And he's all like, if you don't break up with Kyle, I'm gonna kill myself. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I get to this flight or flight path, and I just froze. I skipped both of them. I just froze. I was in the dead middle, and I looked at both of them. I kind of turned off my camera, I'm pretty sure, and I just sat there. I'm like, oh god, like, what do I do? I'm 7th grade, so it's probably like 11, 12. I was scared out of my mind. I'm like, oh shit, is he gonna like do something? He's all like rubbing it across himself and everything. Like an actual psycho, but I'm not trying to be mean to him. I'm just stating the facts that I witnessed. And he threatens to kill himself, and she starts just bawling. Like, she doesn't know what to do. Like, she doesn't want to have someone else's life in her hands at that point. Like, any decision could be a wrong decision at that point. And so, she starts crying, going through this and that, and she absolutely hates Ethan now. And I understand that. Like, I don't talk to Ethan really. He sometimes talks to me. I somewhat talk to Patricia. She somewhat ignores me, I feel like, but I don't know. It was just, I didn't know what to do, guys. And if you ever have a friendship like this, make sure to please talk to both your friend and your girlfriend, because this is a terrible situation, and I hope you guys can learn. But literally, after I'm pretty darn sure I started crying for a little while, because that's like, shit, like, I don't know what to do. After she leaves, because, I finally get her to calm down, I get her to, like, go to bed, I get back on the call with my friend, Ethan, and I'm like, you're retarded, man. And he's like, what do you mean? Didn't you see that? Like, she really does like you, like, she didn't break up with you and everything, and she really loves you, man. And I'm just like, you're literally retarded. You literally threatened to kill yourself. Do I need to, like, call the cops? Like, I was about ready to call the cops. Even though he lived in another state, I could have been like, yo, my friend Ethan here, here's his username, he's on a Skype call with me. I don't know if you guys can track that, but I was dead set ready to go ahead and get the police involved, because I'm like, I don't want my best friend to die, because I played everything with this guy. And I just want to say, guys, like, don't take suicide as a joke. Please don't threaten your friends with suicide. It's the worst and most controlling thing in the world. And I just want to say, be careful on who you make friends with online. I know it's kind of a cliche. I grew up on the internet. I started playing this game called World of Warcraft around, 4, 5, 6. And so I'm used to people on the internet. But this was probably my craziest experience that has to deal with somebody I was friends with online. Well, that'll be all for today, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed. This one's somewhat of a longer video. We're running about 8 minutes right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If not, go ahead and comment or dislike, Make sure that I know that you guys don't like the video. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit that like button, comment what you guys like about it. Up next, I don't know what video there will be. I'm kind of recording a whole bunch of videos within a day before school starts, really. So that way, and if school starts getting like in my way, I can just go ahead and keep posting things. But this is probably like 2 weeks before school, or maybe like, no, this is a week before school right now that I'm recording. So I'm planning on dropping a video hopefully every day before school starts, and then continuously dropping videos. I'm sorry for my long absence yet again. I seem to have really bad scheduling, but hopefully I'll stay. I got myself a mic. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you all, and bye-bye.